You know, I've been fortunate over the years to hunt some pretty amazing animals in some pretty interesting places. Some were animals that I'd heard about as a kid, like a dingo in Australia, for example. And some were animals I just recently found out about or didn't even know about them until I arrived at the place I was gonna hunt, like a hyrax in Africa. You know, sometimes all you have to do is look hard where you live to find some interesting predators. I had left Colorado and headed to Texas, and I actually found a badger while I was hunting an aoudad. Pretty neat, and I was able to sneak up in range of this badger and take it with my bow. Oh, God. We just smoked a badger. Okay, he's done. Look at the size of the claws on that badger. I mean, that's crazy. They can seriously dig. The arrow came out right behind the shoulder, right there. Came in, he was quartering away. But look at the business end of a badger. I mean, look at those. Look at those teeth. So cool. That's a big, big, big badger. Just to show people the size of him, I gotta hold him up. Look at the size of that badger. Beautiful pelt on him too. So cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome shot.
You know, I also really wanted to go to Australia after dingoes. To me, a dingo is a lot like a coyote. Plus, I really wanted to say, that dingo stole my baby. That's one of the main reasons I really wanted to go there. Well, I ended up getting my dingo right after I had shot a hog that I was gonna use for bait. Kind of a crazy situation, and this is how it went down. Just smoked a pig. We're gonna take the good meat and use the rest for dingo bait. We're all pretty pumped. I just shot a pig. We're walking up to the pig, and that's when Adam spots the dingo.
Dingo right here, 60 meters.
So when he said dingo, all of a sudden I'm trying to get the gun loaded. I didn't reload after I shot the hog. So I put another round in, I look up and I see this dingo in the grass and it's freaked out a little bit. It's obviously heard the shot. I don't know if it was trying to sneak up on the pig that I just shot or it was sleeping in the grass, but all of a sudden this dingo's up and it's looking around and it's ready to bolt. I throw up offhand and this dingo decides this is not where it wants to be. As it starts to go, I swing through and I crank off a shot. I got it.
Yeah! Are you serious? No!
Finally! Can you believe that?
Look at that!
I got a dingo. And look at that. Look at the shot.
Oh, honey.
Perfect shot.
All right, one of the cool things to me about hunting anything, especially things I've never hunted before or anything different, is to check it out. So let's check out this wild dog. Let's check out this dingo. Now, it's a beautiful color. It's kind of a what would you call that? A yellow, kind of a yellowish color. This is a mature female. You can see the canines on it. Remind me a lot of a coyote. It's got kind of an interesting, almost another canine up here. The canines, basically the main canines, remind me a lot of a coyote. So that's the business end of a dingo. But what's interesting is check this out. So on the claws, they're white, which kind of surprised me. With a coyote, of course, that would be dark. But the claws on both the feet and the hind feet are white. And you can see that's the tracks that we've been seeing in the roads where they travel a bunch. Well, you can find interesting animals to hunt almost anywhere, and our kids are always up for an adventure. So when they found out there were iguanas in Florida, well, it was game on.
Got him.
That is how you pest control in the Keys. used our Benjamin Marauder 25 caliber air rifle, the Predator Nation one.
Well, my brother's already got an iguana, and while we were taking pictures, we saw another one right over here, so we're gonna go after it with the 357 Bulldog.
Another one above it. I think you smoked him. All right, you got the biggest one now. Look at the color.
We like to eat whatever we kill. So I'm going to get after these 2 iguanas we have here and clean them up. So after I work on this big one here, we'll pass off the rest of the meat to Mom and see what she can do.
I even traveled down to the jungles of southern Mexico on the Yucatan Peninsula to go after Coatimundi. Another crazy looking animal that looked like part monkey, part raccoon, part possum. It was kind of a crazy little predator that was really neat to hunt. This is so cool. I just shot a beautiful Coatimundi here in the jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula, here in the southern part of Mexico. Really, really cool, beautiful, crazy looking animal, big long tail. It's like part monkey, part raccoon, part possum. It's a little bit of everything. These are aggressive little predators. Arturo was telling us that they fight amongst themselves all the time, that a lot of times the males are all scarred up from fighting. By looking at the teeth, you can tell they are built for predating on other animals. They've got huge canines, sharp teeth going all the way back so they can hold on to stuff. I'm sure they use them for fruit, nuts. Basically, they're omnivores. They're gonna eat anything that they can get a hold of. Whether that's a fruit or whether that's a small animal that they can catch, they're gonna eat it. Really cool little predator, and I was tickled to have my first one.
Caramundi.
That is some of your Coatimundi.
And that's what's neat about it, is utilizing everything that we take here in the jungle and eating it.
Alright, I'm gonna break off a little piece here.
You eat it like a rib.
No. It's not hot. I got a bone.
Is it burp?
It's not too shabby.
No, not bad at all.
That's the first time I've eaten Coatimundi. I'll tell you that.
First time we saw him a day ago.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Really neat.
When most hunters think of going to Africa, they think of going there for big game. But when I went to Africa, I was looking for hyrax, honey badger, and civet cats. And you talk about a good time with some crazy looking animals? Well, that was it. I think you whacked him. And you called this a rock hyrax?
Yes. Like the name say, they live in the rocks.
Okay.
And you believe it or not, but their closest relative is an elephant.
Wow.
If you look at the skeleton and the skull, compared to an elephant, they resemble each other.
I'll be dang. So they're kind of related somewhere along the line.
They're related.
But what's really unique about this animal, besides all the things that Johan just mentioned, is look at the crazy, it's got almost like tusks.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. It has these huge teeth, and they sharpen each other as they close it. I don't know if you can see that, but as he opens and closes his mouth, the bottom ones are flat and level right here, and the top ones sharpen themselves every time they hit those lower ones. But one of the most unique things that Johan showed me is look at this crazy foot. It's like a little rubber foot, and they have no claws on them. That is the back side of the foot. Yeah. And basically they have 3 toes, and Johan was showing me they're super, like you can't, it grips onto the rock.
Yeah, you can't pull it.
And you can see why they live up in the rocks. So they're totally designed to live up in the rocks here. Look at this back foot. 3 toes, a huge long back foot, and it's the same exact way. I mean, it sticks to the rock. Not 10 or 15 minutes later, all of a sudden the honey badger starts coming back in. One circles around the impala and gets lined up right in front of it. I'm set up for a good shot. I'm on a dead rest, and as soon as those Lupo crosshairs touch this honey badger's chest, I touch it off. And look at what a cool animal this is. It looks so much like our badgers at home, but differently colored. Look at the teeth. Oh yeah, they look a lot like our badgers. Can you see the teeth on that? And look at the claw. Oh yeah, look at that. Just like our badgers at home.
The long claws.
Look at that. What a cool.
Kind of smells like a skunk.
They do, they smell skunky.
They smell real strong.
Is that cool, guys?
Yep, kind of has the skunk color too.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
That is so neat.
All right, here's my setup. I've got a mattress up on a rock kopie, which is just basically a pile of natural rocks here in Africa. The warthog is down below us there. You can see the bait. That's where the hyena, the jackals, the civet cat, and the honey badger came in. So we've got pictures of everything there. It's been pretty fun setting up over these baits. You really never know what's gonna happen.
We were set up in the rocks, we had a mattress, we watched the sun go down in Africa, and me and my wife were laying up there by ourselves, watching the stars come out. Absolutely beautiful. At one point, I check with the thermal vision, and I see a honey badger, and he's ripping this warthog apart, and you can see the leg moving on the warthog. And I said, no, we've already taken 2 honey badgers. Let's wait and see if something else comes in. All of a sudden, I see this huge cat. And at first I thought, holy smokes, there's another leopard. And then I realized it's a big civet cat. And the honey badger is at the warthog. So it looks at the honey badger, and then it kind of like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna come in. And it starts to turn. So I hit the green Cyclops light that's above the Leupold scope. So it's literally already pointed wherever I point the gun. I didn't want to leave the light on a really long time because they tend to get nervous if you leave the light on them for a long time. As soon as I got on it, I shot. I knew it was a solid shot. We saw the civet cat flip up, and it looked like it dropped right by the road.
I think I just shot my first civet cat.
But I didn't want to risk losing it, A. 2, I wanted to see if maybe a hyena would still come in. So we sat back in and decided to wait a few more hours in the pitch black dark to see if something else came in. And it wasn't very much longer, maybe another hour after we had shot the first one, that I picked up and scanned, and I spotted another civet cat slipping in through the brush, heading toward the warthog. I was like, no way, we've got another civet cat coming into the bait.
Did you see that? Oh my God. Did you see that?
That's the same
I just shot another civet cat.
awesome.
2 big civet cats.
Look at this.
Look
Look at the size of that.
God.
That is
Beautiful,
a
isn't
civet
it?
cat.
That's a crazy looking thing.
Isn't that the neatest thing? You know, I shot some neat, look at that shot too I put on him. In the dark.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Bang,
That's
right
good
in the
too.
chest. But look at the spots. It's got a little of everything. It's got a mane on it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
set
got
it
a
up
mane
so
on it.
people can see this thing. I don't know if they can see it very well.
Let me see here.
Can you see the mane? Look at
Look at
this.
the mane stand up.
Look at the mane. It's got a mane. Can you see that, hon? Mm-hmm. And then it's got everything. It's got stripes and spots.
Spots, yeah.
It's got everything you'd want in a really cool predator.
Look at this beautiful neck there.
Look at the markings on that.
That is a beautiful cat.
It is late. It's probably, what, 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night because we set out here. Look at the size of the tail. That's why when I very first saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, it's another leopard.
Yeah,
because
it's got a
we
long
saw that
tail.
leopard the other night, and I was like, ooh, and I'm glad it left. And you were like, okay, let's just move out of this area. But when I saw this big tail at first, I was like, oh my gosh, because I could see it through the brush.
Yeah,
and then it
yeah.
came out and I'm like, oh no, that's a civet cat.
Yeah.
I was so excited. So this is the second one. I think I put a pretty good hit on that one too.
Yeah.
Right in the chest here. Look at the size of these animals. They look like everything. They look like a raccoon kinda.
Yeah.
They look like a bear. Look at the stripes and the big mane. And look at the big teeth on that thing. Wow. This one's even got a broken tooth
Old
here.
one. Both of the bottom ones. is
Look at
broken
that.
off.
Both the bottom canines are broken off. And, yep, both the bottom ones. That one's broken off at the gum line. This one's broken off halfway. That is a big animal.